sometimes.
So how do you manage that? I mean, this is also something all the digital nomads have in common, that sometimes we don't have proper internet connection and we have to manage somehow. So how do you manage typically? Do you have two providers at the same time, or remote, a mobile, tethering something? So how do you manage that? Because this is very important for digital nomads to know, because we all have that in common, that we have sometimes these problems.
Right. No, that's true. In Nicaragua, we always have power outages, right? A few times a month,
Yeah, I
right?
know
So
that so well from Bolivia. Yeah, that
I
happens.
I bought like a solar panel.
Okay. Oh, really? A
Yeah.
solar panel? Oh, amazing.
So
Welcome again to the Tec-One Stories new podcast. It's now episode number 3. And again, I have a very interesting freelancer solopreneur in the podcast, in the interview. It's Robert Grootjen. Although I'm German or German speaking, I don't know how to pronounce it right in Dutch, but you will do it. And I will call you Robert, as always.
sure.
And yeah, um, I'm so happy that you are here in this episode, and we can learn from you what you do and how you found out what you want to do and why you are doing what you are doing, and so on and so on. And yeah, I have the feedback from people who are listening to the podcast that it's so interesting, because we can learn so many different business models, and I like it, because I like when business models are different, when we have innovation, when we have unique
Right.
selling propositions. And Robert is one of these who have really a unique selling proposition. So, Robert, please introduce yourself. Let us know what you are doing, and then I want to know why you decide to do what you are doing, and yeah, how you came up with such an idea, what you are doing.
Yeah, my name is Robert. Last name is well, in English is Grootjen, or in Dutch you can say Grootjen, but we can just keep
Grootjen,
it
okay, okay.
Grootjen.
Grootjen is the normal Dutch pronunciation.
Well, yeah, it's very similar to German.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
Dutch it's Grootjen, German
okay.
Grootjen,
Yeah,
Grootjen.
Gretchen maybe, or Grötchen. I don't know. Maybe Grötchen. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that sounds familiar. But you pronounce it English. Okay, now I understand. What is the difference?
Grootjen. Yeah, very
Okay,
simple. Grootjen. People say
okay,
Grootjen always. Like I am
okay,
Groot.
okay. Yeah,
Well, anyways, I started like back in 2018. I
yeah.
started developing, learning Python, all the good stuff in development, software engineering. I got a job as a junior software engineer as well, scraping
Mm-hmm.
stuff, very basic with the framework. So libraries like Beautiful Soup. What's the other one? Selenium, like automating stuff. And it was just a 3-month contract. And after the contract was done, I had no job. I was like, shit, man, I have to look for a new job. So a good friend of mine, he was like, hey, Rob, a friend of mine he had a job, and he was like, hey, Rob, my boss is looking for a recruiter, a technical recruiter. I'm like, hey, man, I do not have any experience in recruiting. So he was like, it's fine. It's a junior position, and all he wants that you have a good understanding of technologies. And I'm like, yeah, I know, the Python, Django, Flask, JavaScript, React, whatever, the frameworks and everything, like the jargon, right? That's what they wanted. So my first job was a technical sourcer for a Canadian recruiting agency, and I worked there for like 1 year, and then what happened? I
Yeah.
got a new job.
Why did you start to work alone as a solopreneur? I mean, that's a big jump, isn't it?
It is, Well, 2 years later, with this whole coronavirus going on, it was
Mm-hmm.
like a huge boom. Companies in
Yeah.
the US looking for um talent in Latin America, and you know what? I was working for a few agencies here and there looking for tech talent, and my
Yeah.
girlfriend was like, "Hey, why don't we start an own recruiting or headhunting agency?" And I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, yeah, you know
Yes.
what? I want to be a startup SaaS founder. I don't want to be a CEO of a recruiting agency. I was like a little bit
Yeah.
embarrassed of offering a service. I wanted to build a SaaS with software,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I was like, hey, it's fine. Let's do it. And the first year we made like $4,000 in placements, and it was a pretty good start. We had a few clients from Upwork. Then we started investing in SEO. I think the
Yeah.
second year we made like 40,000,
Wow.
which was last year, 2022. And then this year we hit 100,000 with
Amazing.
Latin Recruit. So going pretty good.
Amazing. So you made it. You made the six-figure business. That's the goal
Yeah.
for many of the freelancers, which I'm working on in Tec-One. So
Yeah.
congrats, you did it. What is
Thank you.
your recipe, or what is your main suggestion or advice for people that are starting? What did you do right? What did you do wrong when you started?
It's a phenomenal question. I think consistency, you have to
Mm-hmm.
be consistent, do it like every day. I had a huge learning curve, and
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
invested in lots of stuff I didn't have to do. I had to be
Yeah.
more focused. I think if I was more focused, maybe we would have like, hit the 200,000, but
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing right now. I think that's my main goal, probably for 2024, get to 200,000 per month per year, then
Yes.
have a good exit and sell it for maybe 500,000. We'll see.
Oh wow, that's a good goal. Yeah, so you have already your goal, your vision set for 2024. You have learned so much. You're doing good business. You're doing a lot of automation. You have
Yeah,
also contractors. You're doing delegation. So you have set up
correct.
your business, but
Yeah,
still you are doing a coaching program. You're also part of Tec-One. So
yeah.
why do you do coaching if you know already everything?
Well, the
I
thing
mean,
is,
I'm a little bit exaggerating, so it's just I just want to bring it to the point. I'm sorry for that.
no,
I'm
it's fine. It's fine. It's no problem at all. Well, my main problem is like I just mentioned, I'm always all over the place. I want to do lots of things at the same time. I want to go global. I want to start a SaaS business. And I think what made my final decision is, well, I just need help with focus more on one thing. And that's why I joined Tec-One, which has been very helpful since I was managing my business with a more gut feeling, right? Day by
hmm
day,
hmm
no structure at all, no plan. And we made six figures, right? So I
Yeah,
thought,
amazing.
right.
But I
So,
think this is the main thing. You need a gut feeling for making a six-figure business. And I think what I see with freelancers, either they have a good gut feeling or
yeah,
they have a structure but no gut feeling. So it's very difficult to have both right at the same time, right?
yeah.
So and I think this is important, and this is important also. You need sparring partners, and what I always
Right.
say is you have the right to have a coach, right? And I have also my own coaches and worked a lot with coaches and always learned a lot. So I think also coaches need coaches, right? So
Right.
I think everybody needs a coach, right? What do
I
you
agree.
think?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well,
Yeah.
this is the first time I'm getting a coach, right? I've always done lots of
Mm-hmm.
stuff by myself and just reading on Google,
Yeah.
researching and stuff. But the thing is, um, that's a good way if you don't have money and lots of time.
Yeah.
But if you don't have time and you have some funds, then it's a good option to get a mentor or a coach
Yeah.
to show you the right path and like, hey, Rob, you know, go this way, focus on that, stop here. So yeah, I agree. You need like a really good business coach.
Yeah, but you have been a coach, right? So you're coaching startups, how to hire people, how to get the right people. So you have been a coach already. What about startups? What about the companies you have seen? You also worked for bigger companies, I guess. Are they used to coaching? Is it very common in the US to have coaches in the startup world, in the small and medium businesses? What have you seen there?
Very good question. Let me think about that one. I would say very small percentage, like 20%, they need like a coaching, since most of them, they're always looking for a tech talent with lots
Uh-huh.
of technologies, right? They want to do like
Okay.
everything. They want to cover everything.
Okay.
So if the CEO or CTO is very nice and I have like more confidence with them, like a good relationship, then, you know, I share my opinion, like, hey man, I think you have to do this,
Yeah.
and look for different positions. For example, the position I mentioned last time, was the product manager with three Dynamics experience. Hey, why don't you look for a Dynamics 365 specialist and also for a product manager instead of one position? We made it two positions, right? Two separate titles. So that's pretty much like the coaching I do, like very small advice what I give them just to show
Yeah.
them the right path and to have like more success in hiring in Latin America.
Yeah, I have the feeling that tech people are not so much looking for advice, maybe more business and marketing people and people in other fields. But in tech, it's still not very common to looking for advice, for looking for business coaches. Why is that so? What do you think?
Like in the tech world, they're not
Yeah, in
looking
the
for
tech
help.
world, I have seen it's less common in the tech world. Tech people tend to know everything. Is
Mhm.
my feeling. Is that also
Yeah.
your experience?
Not sure. I've been working with lots of tech talent from the last few years,
Yeah.
and sometimes they think they know everything since they are software engineers and they are developers
Sure.
and they think they know a lot. And sometimes they buff up their resume, and sometimes juniors, they think they're already seniors just getting out of
Yes.
college.
This is what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, on that point, I agree 100%. So, I think they have to be like a little bit more humble
Yeah. True.
and just go step by step, baby
Sure.
steps, instead of a junior leaving university thinking they're already a senior, they have right to earn 7,000. I get it all the time. I have lots of positions. Well, most of my positions are senior positions, and then I get junior applicants asking for the same range. For example, a senior position is going for 7,000 and they ask for 6,000. I'm like, what? Since juniors are making like 2,000, 2,500,
Yeah.
$3,000 more or
Yeah.
less. So, and they're like, hey man, it's, I'm special. I'm unique.
Yeah.
That I
Yeah.
get it all the time.
Yeah.
So probably I think it's normal, like you mentioned, it happens a lot in a tech field.
Yeah. Yeah. I've also seen that. I want to talk about another topic, which is
Sure.
also always very interesting in our podcasts. Living abroad, working remotely. So you don't live in Netherlands for a long time, right? So
Right.
you have been, I don't know, all over the world, at least in Latin America, now in Spain. So I think the remote work made it possible that you can really live where you want and work from all over the world. So, what is your experience with that? What do you like about it? What maybe are the disadvantages of doing that? So, you have a lot of experience of working as a digital nomad. So, what can you tell about this? What is your story about being a digital nomad?
Yeah, well, I've been working as a digital nomad since 2018, pretty much remote, and I love it, like 100%. I
Yeah.
would not take a job that's hybrid, whatever, 2 days in the office, 3 days remote. I just want to be 100%
I
remote since I'm
can I can understand that so much so well.
yeah, for real. Like I like to travel. I like to, get up and do grocery shopping, or go to the movie theater in the afternoon or whatever time. I have my two cats, and be with them, be with my girlfriend, watch a movie, whatever time. That's why I love the remote lifestyle and also the freelance lifestyle.
Yeah.
Since, my lifestyle is based on results instead of paying per
Yeah,
hour or
that's
pay
so
per
good.
month.
Yeah. Based on
So
results and not on hours. So who invented that? That you're paid per hours and not on results. So I'm always thinking about who invented it because it doesn't make sense, right?
I really don't know. That's I have no idea, but I'm not a big fan of it.
No, neither do I. Yeah, okay, yeah. And which places did you live already? Where do you have experience? All over the world, certain regions.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, I was born and raised in Holland. I lived there for 15 years, and then I moved to Nicaragua in Central America, where I learned Spanish and all the good stuff. I lived there for 15 years. I also lived 1 year in the United States, and then currently I'm based in South Spain, in Malaga, living the good beach life. Well, it's pretty cold right now, summer's over.
So, what was the best place where you lived so far?
I'm sorry, what?
What was the best place you lived so far?
Oh, best place. That's a whoa, you killed me right there. That I have to think
Or the
about
best
that one.
experience. Maybe let us know the best experience you had so far living abroad and living on the place you want to work. And I mean, you explained the general advantages, but maybe one story or one very nice experience which you had as a digital nomad, nobody else can have, only we as digital nomads can have.
Well, you can go anywhere, right? I think that's the first one, the benefit of being a digital nomad, right? Any good experience? Let me think about that one.
Maybe a very nice meeting or people you met somewhere. Yeah, special people you met, or something like that. How is the internet connection in Nicaragua?
Well, it's pretty shitty sometimes.
So how do you manage that? I mean, this is also something all the digital nomads have in common, that sometimes we don't have proper internet connection and we have to manage somehow. So how do you manage typically? Do you have two providers at the same time, or remote, a mobile tethering something? So how do you manage that? Because this is very important for digital nomads to know, because we all have that in common, that we have sometimes these problems.
Right. No, that's true. In Nicaragua, we always have power outages, right? A few times a month,
Yeah,
right?
I know that so well from Bolivia. Yeah,
I bought like a solar panel.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
A solar panel? Oh, amazing.
So like the maximum time, it was like probably like 5-6 hours without electricity, right? So I was like, shit, man, fuck this. I have to buy like a solar panel.
And you still have the
And
solar panel? You can
no, I sold it. I
travel.
sold everything
Okay.
when I came
Okay.
to Spain.
So it's very a very big one, right? So because you need to have a lot of power and.
Well, I had like a backup for like 8, 9, 10
Yeah,
hours
okay.
just
So
for
it's not for your
Wi-Fi.
backpack, because I think there are also small solar panels for traveling,
Oh no, it
but
was a pretty big one.
maybe they're not powerful enough.
No, not at all. I think you have like, I really don't know. I have like, but I want to have like 8, 9 hours of battery or electricity power. Yeah.
Okay.
Just.
Yeah, great. I mean, that was already 15 minutes, more or less. In 15 minutes, we can learn a lot. As I always say, also in the Flash coaching, 15 minutes, come right to the point and you learn a lot. We learned a lot from you. We need to have solar panels as digital nomads.
If you live in Nicaragua or Latin, if you live in Latin, yes.
In many places in the world, right? You need to have solar panels. Technical people are sometimes really not to have a good self estimation, and then maybe tends to ask for too much money. And it's very good to live in different places and to learn as a startup founder, and be very open to learn, right? And this is what we learned today, and this is very good advice. And still, I think Robert and I also agree, it's the best decision to start as a solopreneur, because you have so much independence. And if you want to start, or if you want to tell your story, how you started your business, then maybe you can also join the podcast and be a guest of mine. And see you soon again in the Tec-One stories. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Werner.